One of these drinks can drop your blood sugar spike by almost 30%. The other one might be doing almost nothing. And most people can't tell you which is which. Let's fix that. Stop for a second. Before you copy either of these trends, I want to show you the one study that actually measured this in real humans, not mice. Stick around, because the answer surprised me too. Real quick, cloves aren't magic, but they're not nothing either. The compound doing all the work here is called eugenol. It's what gives cloves that sharp, numbing smell. The real question isn't, do cloves have active compounds? They do. The question is, which method, water or coffee, actually gets that compound working for you? And which one is basically just flavor? Cloves in water. The method is simple. A few whole cloves, a glass of water, left to sit. Sometimes a few hours, sometimes overnight. Here's the claim you've probably seen. It fixes bloating, detoxes your liver, and controls blood sugar. Two of those are basically marketing, but one of them has real data behind it. There's an actual clinical study on this, not a TikTok claim, an actual peer-reviewed pilot study. I'll break it down in 30 seconds. Researchers gave people a polyphenol-rich clove extract for 30 days. Not clove-flavored water, but a concentrated version of the same compounds you're extracting when you steep cloves. The result? Post-meal blood sugar dropped by 21.5% in healthy participants and 27.2% in people who were pre-diabetic. That's a real number from a real human trial, published in BMC Complementary and Alternative Medicine. Now here's the catch. That's a concentrated extract. Dropping 2 whole cloves in a glass of water overnight is a much weaker dose. So the effect is real, the mechanism is real, but what you're drinking is probably a fraction of that strength. The liver detox claim, though, that one doesn't hold up. Your liver detoxes itself around the clock. No drink switches that on. Cloves in coffee. This one isn't a new trend. It's an old tradition with a new hashtag. Clove-spiced coffee has been made in parts of the Middle East and South Asia for generations. Here's something most videos on this topic get wrong. People assume brewing cloves with hot coffee destroys the good stuff. It's actually the opposite. Heat extracts eugenol faster and more completely than cold water does. So, cup for cup, clove coffee likely delivers a stronger dose of eugenol than clove water. But, and this matters, nobody has run the same kind of clinical trial on clove coffee that they ran on clove extract. The blood sugar study I just mentioned, that was extract, not a spiced latte. So the honest answer is probably more eugenol, but zero direct evidence for the same blood sugar benefit. We're extrapolating, not confirming. What about the easier on your stomach claim? That one's more about taste balancing out acidity, not a measurable chemical change. And what about weight loss? Clove water and clove coffee are not proven fat-burning drinks. Cloves don't cancel out calories from added sugar, syrups, or cream, so sustainable weight loss still depends on your overall diet and lifestyle. Let's compare both. Coffee, because it is hot, extracts more eugenol than water, but neither homemade version has actually been clinically tested. The only real evidence, a 21.5 to 27.2% drop in post-meal blood sugar, came from a concentrated extract, not from steeped water or spiced coffee. Water is gentler on the stomach and work as a light daily habit. Coffee is better if you're in it for the flavor and tradition, not a specific health claim. Caution. Before you try either one, eugenol has mild blood thinning effects. If you're on blood thinners or have a bleeding disorder, talk to your doctor first. Large amounts of concentrated clove oil can irritate your stomach or mouth. Pregnant? Check with your doctor before making this a daily habit.
So, which one actually wins? If you want it for the science, mild version, low risk, but weaker dose than what was clinically tested. If you want it for the ritual and the flavor, coffee wins no contest. But here's what nobody's telling you. The real gap in this whole trend is that nobody's tested the actual thing people are drinking, not the extract, the homemade version. Until someone runs that study, you're basically self-experimenting.
If this saved you from believing a claim that wasn't backed by anything, subscribe, because I'm breaking down the next viral wellness trend the same way next week. Drop a comment. Water or coffee? Which one have you been drinking?